So, welcome back. This is the second race and final race of the night here at Catalunya. This is the reverse grid race. This is where all the people who are normally at the back can get a better result, and all the people who are normally in the front have to try and beat the rivals through the field. But it will be Andy starting on pole with the two Godzilla cars of John and Richard behind him. Coleman will line up fourth. Coolest and the other Jag will be fifth, Steph sixth, Brian in the number 62 Porsche 7th, Greg in his Mercedes will be 8th. The two Astons will line up together on the 5th row, 9th and 10th, with Cressy being the lead car. The two BMWs, who are too busy fighting each other rather than moving up, will be 11th and 12th. Bobby will be 13th. And Ben, who came third, Liam, who came second, and Kevin, who came first, on the back. So it's time to get this race going. See who can capitalise on this great chance at beating the people around you. The two Nissans have a Honda to go and catch. It looks like Coleman's made a good start in the Lexus. All looks pretty calm for now. Brian's had a bad start in the Porsche, he's down to 14th. Maybe even further back. Steph and Coleman are going at it through the first couple of corners. Adam's made a good start, he's up to 6th. And you can see at the back, Ben diving and loose. Ben's dived left. That's to put Liam off, and Liam's now in the gravel. He took speed in, trying to commit for the outside line, and then Ben went and took that line, and Liam's had to go all the way into the gravel. Now Cressy is in the thick of things. Coolest giving a nudge. Bobby trying to get involved. Bobby into the back of the Aston, into the Jaguar. Adam is already up into 4th, trying to have a look at 3rd. Is their way past that Nissan for him. I think he's already ahead. He is. Bobby has got Cressy. Lewis is still the lead BMW in this all. Greg's not had the greatest starts. Two Porsches are side by side. And there's Ben and Cressy. Greg's had a bit of a lag moment. He's rejoined and it's caused a bit of issues. But then look at this, everyone fighting in that midfield. You can see 9th, 12th. Everyone is just fighting here. Bobby's down the inside, looks like he made a bit of contact with Sean. Liam's snuck down the inside of Ben and Cressy. Is he now going to get past the Nissan in the same corner? He is. Looks like Sean might have lost out to Bobby. That's one of the Nissans. I think that's Ricky off in the background. Yeah, because there's John. He's gone a bit deep into that corner, which has put Adam up to 2nd. Never mind, Adam up to 1st. He's got past Andy. Andy's now coming under pressure from Steph. Oh, Andy's getting it all wrong, and that's a position instantly lost for him. Now Liam's passed Sean somewhere in this lap, so he's on a charge. Recovered well from being in the gravel on the first lap. Now Ben has a Jaguar trying to pass him. Oh, that's Brian going way off in the background. Now Liam's also passed John, so that's a car between him and Sean. That rhymes. Oh, that looks like John's just touched the gravel out of turn 12. Ben is pitting on lap 2, so he's committing early. Now there's a big scrap going on here. Coleman has gone very deep. Where's he going to rejoin? Is he going to be in with this lot or behind this lot? Looks like he's just dropped back a little bit. He's lost out to Liam's Porsche. Now we've got the two NSXs, Lewis, Koulis and Liam all in this battle. Looks like Liam's trying to find a way past Bobby there. That's the Jaguar off. Lost it by his own accord. Liam getting a bit squeezed between the two NSXs, and they turned in as if Liam wasn't there. Don't think he realised it was 3 wide at that point. Well, now Lewis is the leader of this little pack. Sean just onto the back end of it. Chrissy has Kevin and Greg behind. And the other Jaguar is indicating for some reason. Andy's managed to pick himself up a penalty. Liam has the tiniest fraction of a penalty. Is anyone going to follow Ben in with that early stop? No, looks like no one's trying to play Ben's game. There's John and Koulis together. Ben is now onto the back of Ricky. So if Ben wants this aggressive strategy to work, he's going to have to clear any potential traffic pretty quickly. John's gone deep. That's going to allow the other Jaguar past of Koulis. Now Greg has Kevin and Chrissy up ahead. These guys are still going at it. Liam trying to find a way past Bobby. Lewis is breaking away. Liam's trying everything to get past that NSX. Not able to find a way through now though. Sean is coming to the back of this battle. He's past Coleman. And there's Adam controlling the lead right now. You can see that battle pack with the BMWs, Hondas and Porsches behind him. Steph has a little bit of a gap, but Lewis is trying to close that gap down. Cressy now on the inside of Greg for turn 9. Greg lagging a little bit. That's what caused a bit of an incident at turn 1. Right, sorry, lap 1 at the chicane. But Greg has the inside line for that. Is Cressy gonna try a cut back? No, Greg has that position. Now, are we going to see any pit stops? Adam is staying out. What about the rest? Lewis stays out. Liam is the one diving in out of the front lot. Looks like no one's really followed him. So Liam trying to get an undercut on all these guys. Lewis is continuing. He wants past Steph. And there is Liam just at the end of the pit lane now. Very, very quick stops in this game. Where will he rejoin in comparison to Ben? He's about 3 or 4 seconds ahead of Ben. Ben has Liam's teammate Brian to contend with. The number 62 Porsche, but he's down the inside at turn 3. And now that Porsche's out the way. He'll have eyes on the number 41 Porsche, just 2 cars ahead. Now Steph is still trying to fend off from Lewis. Steph's doing a good job of holding on to second. And now Sean is next up to try and have a go at Bobby. Bobby's not had much pace at the start of this second race. 146s is not the type of pace that people are expecting. Well, it looks like everyone's struggling a little bit. Adam's last lap was a 47. Expect a couple of laps into some super soft, you'd be like 45s, maybe low 46s, but everyone seems to be doing high 46s and 47s, and with Bobby's penalty, Sean is through. Lewis still trying everything to try and pass the Mercedes. Is this where everyone responds with pit stops? Adam's in. Are we going to see these guys in? Steph continues. Looks like Lewis is in. Sean continues. Bobby's in. Kevin continues. He's committing to the same one stop as he did in race 1. Coleman and Greg are in the 2 SBR themed cars. Koulis is being under attack by Brian's Porsche. Oh, that's Liam, sorry. So Liam is trying to out-drag that Jaguar down the straight. Jaguar, a much quicker car, has managed to re-pass the Porsche. But Liam out-brakes the Jag and goes clean around the outside. You can see his rival Adam. That is Bobby and Lewis getting together. So it looks like Lewis has lost out in his pit stop again. Both of these guys with penalties. There's Ben behind. But these guys have made their stop. There is Kevin, who has not stopped, just ahead of them. But maybe Sean is doing the same and he's committing to a one-stop. Flashing the lights. Trying to say to Steph, I'm coming through, and there's not much you're going to have to say about it. Now, Brian and Greg, we've seen these two together a lot. They have Cressy behind. Greg gets position into turn 7. Is there any chance of a switch back from the Porsche? Well, Brian thinks better of that one, rightfully so. Cressy's now indicating to the right, like the other Jaguar is. Lewis is back ahead of Bobby. I have Koulis' Jaguar to try and contend. Adam is closing in on Kevin, and Liam will be trying to close in on Adam. So yeah, Steph and Sean still continuing. Is this Sean making his move for the lead? He's doing what Lewis couldn't, and he's getting past the Mercedes down the inside into turn 1. Much better tyres on that BMW. Far less worn than the Mercedes was. So now Adam, the net race leader, has a Jaguar to try and get past. He's got a lot more pace, he's got fresher, better compound tyres. Adam flashing the lights. Adam's down the inside, that door's going to close. But then Kevin's come across, put Adam all the way on the grass. And that has put Liam's Porsche right onto the back of the Aston, so Adam really screwed by the Jaguar there, loses a lot of time, goes on the grass. And now he has a Porsche as a threat. That's a shame for Adam. Kevin just coming across, putting him off the track. Now Lewis is pulled away from Bobby a little bit since getting by. What about our race leader Sean? Is this him for his pit lap? No, he's going a little longer. Steph and Kevin think it's time to stop. Or does this leave Liam free to try and go attack the Aston Martin? Kevin really helped Liam out there with that little squeeze in the Aston. They're side by side. Adam has the inside. Liam's tried to go around the outside, but he's braked a bit deep. Well, looks like Adam is holding on for now. Lewis, Bobby and Ben all somewhat together. And Greg has the freshly stopped Kevin behind him. Coleman is locked in a battle with Koulis and John. Brian's a little further back in 14th. And there's Ricky and Andy. course, there is going to be a lot of spread between some teams in their teammate difference. Some teams have 2 pro drivers, some have 1 pro, 1 am. Liam's still harassing the back of that Aston Martin, while Sean has his comfortable lead with softs. He's probably about thinking for a stop. That's Liam pretty wide out of there, getting on the gravel. Liam's pulling the trigger, Liam's coming in. He's going aggressive. This is an early stop, especially if you put super softs on. Adam's continuing. There's Kevin. He's going for a move on Greg. And now Liam's come out beside Chrissy. Chrissy's gone a bit deep. Liam's held that place, so Liam is a lot closer to Sean. And they have different compound tyres. Liam's pulled the undercut for the super softs. Sean is doing his 1 stop. So how's this gonna develop out? Liam and Sean find each other on track a lot. 1 on soft tyres, 1 on super softs. Sean will be thinking, I can't let my old car pass me. Of course, vastly different colour scheme this year. Now the Send It team. Alright, is Liam gonna have a look down the inside into the hairpin? He pulls out. But as I said, Sean is on soft, so Liam's going to pull away for now, but this could come back to him. So what about these guys? Who responds and who continues? Adam's in, Lewis is in, Bobby's in, Ben is in, everyone's responding. Kevin's continuing on his 1 stop. So this now leaves Kevin, Liam and Sean as the top 3. Liam, the one on super softs, all the others on softs. I know, Adam has come out right behind Steph. So these guys have a bit of work to do because they are outside the podium. Adam's in net 4th, Ben net 5th, Lewis net 6th. There is Lewis going wide. Adam's already making his move on Steph up in turn 4. That was a decisive move. So Chrissy fighting away with Kulis, still indicating right. Oh, and Chrissy's lost it a little bit. That's allowed Bobby through. Bobby, one of the big losers of this race. He's down in 9th right now. Greg currently in 11th, Coleman 12th, John 13th, Brian still running around in 14th. He's just got a fresh set of super softs. Bit of damage in the front left of his car. And Ricky in 15th and Andy in 16th. Not going well for him as he spins into the pit lane. His left rear absolutely destroyed. And there's Adam, still yet to get his first podium in this series. Is this his chance? He sits in 4th. He can see a podium in front of him. He's Liam in the Porsche on supers, Sean in the BMW on softs. Well, Ben and Lewis first have a Mercedes trying to negotiate. Steph's tyres aren't awful, you can go to the end on these. Kulis has lost out to Bobby's NSX. Sean not falling back off the Porsche massively. Porsche is definitely quicker. 44.2 last lap was fastest of anyone in the race. 4/10 quicker than the Jaguar ahead. Look at the tyre difference. That's only going to get a wider gap. So perhaps it would have been a better idea for softs in this final stint for Liam in the Porsche. Because he went aggressive on strategy, doing some early pit stops compared to race 1. And now Ben is finally really on the back of Steph. He's got a much better run through turn 9. He's going to have the outside for the hairpin unless he finds a gap switch back, which he has. That should be a simple under the brakes manoeuvre. Ben, much fresher tyres. Is Lewis now going to follow through? Gonna have to go around the outside of his long right-hander. He's gone a bit hot in. Is he going to switch back on the exit? He thinks about it. Is he far enough alongside? He is. Steph's gone a tad deep. And you have Coolest behind. Bobby's gone through on the Mercedes, but has picked up a rather large penalty in the process. And now Brian and Cressy are going at it. Cressy's trying down the inside into the chicane. There's some barging going on between the Aston and the Porsche. There's John coming back into the pits, and Brian is held off for now. Cressy might have to be careful of Coleman's Lexus. Like I say, that Lexus really, really not good in a straight line. It's very good at conserving fuel. It's really bad at using it down the straight. I know Cressy actually has got past Brian on that straight, as has Coleman. And now you can actually see Sean is pulling back in on that Porsche. Just look at the tyre difference between them. So Liam made a mistake with picking super softs in this stint. Softs would have been a better choice. Slightly better tyres for Coolest compared to Steph's Mercedes. Is he going to try and move into the hairpin? No, I thought he would have and probably should have, but he opted to stay. Bobby taking a penalty. Now Lewis, he's got to try and go after Ben, but he's in the same boat as Liam. He's on super softs, as is Adam. So a bunch of guys on the super soft tyres. Liam and Sean both have penalties. Both opting to take them on that straight. Sean still has a tiny bit. There it goes. Lewis still has a little bit of his. That is Coolest now finally passing Steph. There's Greg on some pretty fresh super softs. You'd think the Team Belgium guys would be a bit cooperative and let each other go. Cressy and Coleman still going at it for 11th and 12th. Brian just sitting behind in the Porsche. The two Nissans are 14th and 15th, and Andy's still in the pits from when he came in, so I think he's pretty much retired from this race. Now Lewis is trying to catch Ben. He was slightly faster on the last lap. And Sean is all over the back of Liam now. So we have the M-Power BMW against the Send It Daniel Ricciardo Porsche. Much, much better tyres on that Porsche, the BMW, sorry. The Porsche really, really struggling for tyre wear, but see, Liam's going to try and make it the world's widest Porsche. These guys will all be trying to fight for the championship, so they don't want to lose any possible point off of each other. Sean trying around the outside, that's not going to work. Sean ducking and diving every which way. Oh, and Sean sort of forces a door open down the inside of Liam. It was inevitable that he was going to get by. Liam's still trying to fight off, but the tyre wear in that BMW is just something the Porsche cannot compete with at this stage of the race. Koulis has passed Bobby. Bobby down to 8th. He might have a problem from Greg soon too. Bobby really struggling with pace this race. Most of his times have been in the 46s and 47s. There's Adam, so agonisingly close to his first podium. He is closing on the struggling Porsche. And there's race leader Kevin. Started last, will finish first. This race can be an absolute lottery at times. His one stop, although the odd strategy seems to have been the one that's worked for him. So he's going to take the second win of the day. He wins both races. And the M-Power BMW will come second. Liam has managed to hold on from Adam and his Aston, who finishes 4th. Ben will take 5th. Lewis 6th. Koulis will then be 7th, with Greg in 8th. Bobby all the way down in 9th. Steph will take a solid 10th place for Team Belgium. Chrissy will take 11th. Not a great race, but that's the thing about race 2, it is chaotic. Coleman finishes 12th. Brian will take 13th, and the other Porsche not quite had the same success as race 1. Ricky 14th, John 15th. Just about. Andy going about in 16th. So that has been it for this second race here at Catalunya. The championship fight is well and truly alive with several drivers involved. We hope you join us next week for these commentated highlights, where we'll be at the crazy Mount Panorama Bathurst circuit, where these guys will have to maneuver through those tight walls and see who can come out on top.